Hi, it's Kathy. I'm Dreams Tarot. I'm here just because I wanted to give you guys a few tips on enhancing your dreaming state, or even like just having a better night of sleep, as well as remembering some of your dreams. I know some of us have a hard time doing that, and I was having a hard time, remembering my dreams. But as of lately, I've been doing a lot better at remembering. Sometimes it could be something like a word or an item or a person that triggers for me to remember that I had a dream. And at the moment when the person triggers me, everything just comes back. And then I'm like, oh, wow, like I did have a dream and I understand what happened now. So I just wanted to give you guys a few pointers on that. The first thing that I would suggest is to drink some chamomile tea. I know I always been a bad sleeper. I always have a hard time sleeping. However, even with bad nights where I'm not sleeping, when I do sleep, I tend to dream. No matter what's going on, I tend to dream because I've never been a sleeper anyways. So if I get 3 or 4 hours of sleep, I'm good. I can function. But if it continues on for too many days, then I will kind of like crash. But I will still be dreaming during this time that I'm like, going at it, like trying to get to sleep. So if you make yourself a little bit of chamomile tea, even mixing with some green tea before you go to bed, best thing to do. About 30 minutes later, you'll probably start like feeling like kind of like relaxed and, ready to go to sleep. It just helps you with relaxing and things like that. The next thing that I want to suggest as far as dreaming and helping you remember your dreams, or even dreaming at nighttime, I tend to keep a cup of water. I tend to keep 3 cups of water next to me, basically. So I have 1 cup of water under my bed, the second cup of water next to my bed, and the third cup of water is for me to drink before I go to sleep. And I usually keep a lot of water next to my bed just to, because I wake up in the middle of the night and I might really feel like thirsty and I need to drink water. So I'm not huge on drinking water, that's the honest truth. So I try to keep set myself, okay, a cup of water next to my bed so I can drink half of it, and the other half could be drank later on the night if that's the case. So I'm going to show you, this is like a cup of water that I keep next to my bed, and it's the same one that I keep under my bed as well. So I have 2 of them with the same things in it. So I place cold water in it, and then what I do is that I put a crystal quartz and I put an amethyst stone in it. And then this is a Howie, I believe it's Howie stone. I can't remember exactly, but I think this is the Howie stone. And so I keep that next to my bed and under my bed. And the reason for that is because the clear quartz, it amplifies. It makes the energy and the intention more clear. So if you go to sleep and you set your intent that you want to remember your dreams, then you will remember them in the morning when you wake up, or whatever time you wake up. That's when you're gonna remember that you experienced something in your sleep. This could happen, or if you don't remember, like a lot of times, I can tell you this much. A lot of times when I get up like at 6 in the morning, sometimes usually I get up at 3 in the morning, then I go back to sleep, and then I'll have a dream. And when I get up at like 5 or 6 in the morning every day, I don't remember that I had a dream. However, it's like I have a sense that something happened, but I can't remember. So what happens is that I usually text my friend in the morning. I text her early in the morning, and as I'm conversating with her, something triggers. My cat is running around and shit, and so there might be some kind of spiritual activity going on right now. Just apologize for that. But in the morning when I text her and I'm messaging with her, she tends to always trigger for me to remember. Like if I text her early in the morning, if I text her, we could be talking about whatever, and it just comes to me, oh my God, I had a dream. And then everything, like the whole dream just like comes all in together. And then I'm sitting there texting it to her so I can make sure that I remember what happened in the dream. So that comes with my next suggestion. Always, and I mean always, keep a notebook next to your bed. Always. Because when you wake up at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and you feel like you're waking up from this dream, you want to write it down. And the reason why you want to write it down, because everything is a detail, everything is a message, everything is guidance, everything is of significance. So you should always keep a notebook next to your bed. A small notebook or whatever, or keep it under your pillow or something. That really helps. The next thing is that, oh, let me keep talking about the crystals. I know this video is all over the place. The amethyst one. When I use the amethyst, it's like a tranquilizer. It helps with your third eye. If your third eye is overactive, then you might be having a hard time going to sleep because of so much, you have too many things going on in your mind. And so, like, if your crown chakra or even your third eye is overactive, you're going to have a hard time getting a good night's sleep. You're going to be waking up, going to sleep, waking up. So you'll have that, like, kind of disturbed sleep. So you want to make sure that, you want to also, like, if you want to do Reiki, definitely I would suggest Reiki, to help with sleeping better, or even getting your chakras balanced in a line and all that stuff. Because, if your crown chakra is too overactive, then the rest of your chakras might be also out of order. So when you have one chakra working too much, that means it's putting in the work that the other chakras are not putting in. So that makes you kind of like out of balance a little bit. So your crown chakra and your third eye needs to be always clean and balanced in order for you to get a good night's sleep. So the amethyst helps with that. It helps with your intuition. It keeps your third eye kind of open and clean, and it just helps you balance it out. And it's like a tranquilizer, so it helps you go to sleep as well. I also use, well, you can use any stone that of your liking when you put it in the water. It doesn't matter which ones you use, but this is the ones that I use personally for me because they work for me. You choose whatever you feel is effective for you, that you are drawn to, or whatever your spirit guides or even your own intuition is asking for. I also sleep with stones under my pillow because it's just for my own protection, and it also helps with my dreaming and just keeping me clear and protected while I'm sleeping. Because even while you go to sleep and you're dreaming, you're kind of entering like a spiritual realm. So your body is left unprotected, so you want to make sure that you are protecting yourself. Also, when you are, yes, I keep a notebook because I have to keep notes of this stuff because I am very forgetful. I don't have the best memory in the world either, but I'm working on it. My memory was better before. I'm a little bit older now, so just a little FYI. So you keep the cup under your bed, directly where your head will lie on, and then you keep the other cup next to your bed. Then you keep crystals under your pillow, but that's your choice. You don't have to keep pillows on. You don't have to use crystals under your pillow. That's not necessary. But I do it for me, because sometimes in the middle of the night, I will wake up and take a hold of my crystal and go back to sleep. And you can use any crystals. Like I keep rose quartz crystals under my pillow. I keep lapis. What is it? Lapis lazuli. I also keep, I keep another amethyst, a clear quartz. I keep selenite as well. I have a lot of spiritual activity that goes on in my house, so this is the reason why I keep so much crystals around and things like that. So that's just me. What else? Also, this is something else that somebody had told me, and I had tried it out, and it actually works. If, like, say you're having a hard time when you're dreaming, and like say you're having a hard time having like clarity within the dream as well, there's a lot of things going on. You can also use a coconut like an actual coconut. You don't even have to open it or anything. Get a small coconut and you put it right on top of your cup of water, right under your bed. And it's supposed to help you have a little bit more clarity, and it also removes any negative energy, any negative spirits. It removes them out of your way. Now, the cup of water should be changed every few days, but not every day. You can you want to check it, because what happens is that the cup of water, you see how clear this is? Very clear, right? So eventually after a few days, you'll see like little specks of, it looks like aloe vera to me when you peel it off and stuff, like little things like that inside the water. So it's collecting energy, it's collecting, you know, like it's almost like removing layers of things out of your head, out of your mind. So you want to, you know, change the water every few days. Just check on it. You can do it like I do it like at least once a week. Sometimes it could be less depending on what's going on. So that's another extra tip. Another thing that you want to also do is like you want to pray before you go to bed, and you put your intentions of what you want. You know, like if you're praying and you're asking for guidance, you're asking for a solution, you're asking for an answer to something, make sure that you pray and you say it out loud, because you want your angels, you want your spirit guides, you want God to hear you. And I'm not going to say that the answer will come always in your dream, because the answer might come in a dream. You might actually get a dream and it might be a solution to a solution or message or something, whatever it is that you were looking for an answer to, or a solution. You might actually get it in your dream. You know, you might dream about a person, you might dream about an item, you might dream of a vehicle, you might dream of whatever the dream was about. You might actually dream about it, and that might be the solution you were looking for. Sometimes the solution comes where like a random stranger, a friend, a co-worker, a family member can come in and tell you something that you actually needed to hear. So just, you know, like be mindful when you ask for something and you're asking for answers, you're asking for suggestions, you're asking for guidance. Be mindful, because somebody might come in and tell you something that you actually needed to hear. It could be a stranger. It can come in the form of a dream. We don't have control of how God is going to answer the call that you're placing to him, but just be aware, basically. Be mindful. You don't know if somebody can send you a message. You might get an email. It could be whatever way it comes is going to come. Only God knows how it's going to come, but, you know, be mindful, pay attention, you know, pay attention to synchronicities, numbers, things like that come up, because they're letting you know. Even like when you wake up in the middle of the night, always look at your clock to see what time it is, because those numbers could be of significance to you. The past like 2 weeks, I've been seeing a lot of 555, a lot of that. And I am going through some major changes right now. Even just starting this channel, it's a change for me. I'm not used to being in the camera. I'm not a camera person. I'm really more private. So you know, it's changes for me. So I'm going for it, and I'm just gonna leap and fuck it. Sorry for the cursing. It's fuck it at this point. So other thing, when you're waking up from your dream, you want to make sure you write it down right away. You write down every single thing that you experience, whether that's if you saw colors, if you saw an animal, whatever you, even like the feeling, if you felt sad, if you felt upset, if you felt happy, scared, anything. And I mean details. I mean very detailed, like very detailed. Like think about it as if you are a private detective and you are like spying on somebody. You want to pay attention to the shapes, the colors, the feeling. What did you hear? What did the person say? And I mean everything, because everything is of significance when it's a dream. So for me, dreams are not just dreams. For me, dreams are like visions. They are messages, they're guidance, they're direction. They're going to give you the direction of where you need to go, what you need to be doing, or what. Like it might even tell you what's coming your way. Let me tell you something. Just Saturday, I had a dream about something about receiving documents about termination or eviction, that somebody was going to get evicted. And my daughter was in the dream. And I also recall being in a store and trying to buy something, and my ATM machine, my card was saying zero, that it declined. I didn't have any money at all. So then that same day I received a message about my electricity being cut off because I hadn't paid the bill yet. So, like, I was already getting the warning that something was coming, and then that same day actually, or the next day, somebody messaged me and said that somebody was getting evicted at the beginning of February. So it's like dreams there, to me at least, in my own personal experience, dreams are more than they're not just dreams, like, to me, they're messages, they're guidance. For me, when I dream about something, they are telling me something is coming and I need to prepare for it. And that's my opinion on them. And a lot of times I dream things and they do manifest right away into my reality. So I don't, and sometimes I close my eyes for 2 or 3 seconds, 30 seconds, and I get a vision right away of something that's coming. Some kind of news, whatever it is, it's like I automatically already know. So this is where I say to you that dreams, you should be really writing down your dreams. Be very detailed about it. Now, I do dream interpretations. I do candle readings, the wax reading as well. So if you do get a dream and you do need somebody to kind of like decipher to see what the dream is trying to tell you, I'm the right person to come to because I'm really good at it. That's something that I figure that I'm really good at it and I enjoy doing it. And if it resonates for you, that's even better. But just understand that my view on the dream might be different than the way you see it. So when I do a dream interpretation for you, I will look at it from my perspective on what I see. And then you have to let me know if it resonates for you. Sometimes dreams, you have to sit down and write them down and see how it's associated with what's currently going on in your life. Dreams are triggered sometimes by stress. It could be anxiety. It could be like if you're going through a difficult time in your life, or you're going through major changes, or there's like a complete new beginning that you're going into, or you're leaping into a new business, or you're leaping into whatever. Dreams are triggered, and sometimes they're messages from your ancestors. They're messages from your spirit guides. They're messages from the universe. They're messages from God. That's just what it is. So you take them for what they are. You don't even have to be spiritual to understand, like, to know that the dreams are trying to tell you something. Even your own soul knows what it is that's coming. But the only way that you can understand them is they send you the dreams in a way that you can understand them, or kind of like figure out what's going on. And it could be something mental going on with you as well. So, like, it could be so many things, but I just want to make sure that people understand, like, what the dreams are all about, because they are giving you messages. What else? Like I said, sometimes if you have a dream at nighttime, you might not remember that you had a dream. Like, say when you get to work, or you get to go somewhere, or you interact with another person, that person might actually trigger on you that, oh my God, I had a dream. Let me write this down. And you might not remember all the details, but whatever you remember, it will be of significance to you. And it will help you in some kind of shape or form. It will help you. Also, while you're sleeping, sometimes you might hear music. I go to sleep with meditation music. It helps me just sleep better. I have a hard time sleeping, like I said. However, if you don't go to sleep with music or anything like that, and while you're sleeping, you start hearing music, sometimes that's like your spirit guide. Sometimes that's a family member that passed away. Sometimes it could be your spiritual team just really like trying to let you know something. So they'll play a music in your head and you're like wondering, like, where did this song came from? Why did it, And it could be that. It could be a message that somebody else is sending you. So you want to be mindful about that. Let me give you an example of this. Last summer, actually, when I was in my spiritual development class with Sapphire Dragonfly, you know, she's my mentor and she's my friend, she's my sister. I love her to death. We bicker and fight like normal people, but I love her beyond anything. So we were in the spiritual development class, and one day I was at work, and I actually there was this song that started playing in my head when I was at work. And the thing about it is, like, I was focusing on what I was doing at work, and the song started playing. I didn't realize that it was playing until I started like singing it. And then when I started singing it, that's when I realized, like, hold on, this is a message. But it was such a sad song of like somebody passing away, or somebody that had passed away or something. And so when I messaged some of the people in the class, they mentioned, one of them said to me, like, oh, you know, my grandmother passed away some time ago and I was missing her today. And that's what the song was really about. So I thought that was the most interesting thing. Look, and I'm getting goosebumps on the left side of my body right now. So that's confirmation that that was like really a message to that person. I get messages all the time through songs, like all the time. They're constantly like, they hit play. I'm like, oh my God, what is this? And so sometimes I don't know the song and stuff. So I'm sitting there online, trying to like, let me Google this. Let me see what the lyrics, you know, try to figure out who is this person who's singing this song and what does it mean? So like, be mindful about that. Cause like, I've gotten like messages while on my sleep. I'm hearing music and I'm like, what is this? And I wake up to it and I'm like, oh, hold on, this is a message. And so I start messaging people. I don't care what time it is. I could be disrespectful like that, and I do apologize because I hate texting people early in the morning and things like that. But I've gotten so used to, like, when I get things happening to me, I'm messaging, trying to figure out who is this message for. So that's things that I do or that happens to me. Also, I wanted to mention something else. I don't know if some of you might experience what I experience. If I'm in a relationship or I'm with a person, sometimes I tend to dream about what the person is doing, whether I want to or not. So if, like, say the person is doing something behind my back or lying to me, I will dream about them and what they're doing or what's going to happen or what's coming up. I had a situation one time where I had a boyfriend where we were going through issues and we were like kind of like on a break and stuff like that. And I had a dream that he was with another woman in a restaurant. And when I tried to talk to him, he wasn't talking to me. I kid you not, within a week or 2 weeks, this person completely cut me off, stopped talking to me, was not dealing with me at all. But the dream already had told me that. So I already knew that that was coming up because he already had met somebody else and he was doing his thing. So that was fine, but my dream already had told me that. So this is my tip to some of you not single ladies. If you're in a relationship and stuff, I'm not saying to go and spy on your partner or whatever. Don't do things like that. But what I am saying, look, I'm getting goosebumps. But what I am saying is that if you feel like you want to know something that's going on with your partner, you can, if you sleep on the side that they sleep on regularly, you will have a dream about what's going on with them. Because that's what I used to experience that. And I even experienced that once I wasn't with my daughter's father, where if I slept on the side where he used to sleep on, it was like it will open me up where he can come into my dreams and I will be dreaming about him. And it was like I will be getting messages and knowing what's going on with him or what he's trying to do. So if you feel like you want to attempt that, you can do that. You can do that, actually. You can sleep on the side of the bed of your partner. If you sleep on it for a week, put a clear quartz under the pillow, you might actually get a dream and know what's going on with this person. If that's something that you want to try. I can't guarantee that it works for everybody, but it's worked for me without me even knowing that that's what was happening, because my daughter will be sleeping with me in the same bed now. And whenever I slept on the side where he used to sleep on, I will have dreams about him and I will know what's going on or what he's trying to do, what he's up to. So that's just a tip. It's a secret. You don't have to try it. It's up to you. I'm not saying go spy on your partner now, because I don't want to be blamed or accountable for if you find out something that you wasn't supposed to know. I'm just saying. Also, something else that I try is also I meditate a lot. When I'm home, I come home from work, I really try to put meditation music on, and I try to like meditate, because, you know, like I absorb a lot of energy. So, you know, like I pick up energy very quickly. And so it's, you know, I live in New York. So when you live in New York, it's a lot of heavy energy around, and people are just miserable. People are not happy with their life. And so I'm trying to like stay on the like high vibration and happy and positive, rather than go down the route with them and stuff. So you want to be mindful about that. Do some meditation if you can before you go to bed. It helps you to calm your mind and get a good night of sleep. Now, I will continue to keep adding more to the list of tips, because I'm still, you know, like I said, I'm still in development. I'm still, you know, there's things that's just happening. It's a lot of like ascension that's going on as of lately. And so, you know, I don't know what direction the channel might take on, but I'm just going to keep posting things as they come to me, and hopefully it's helpful to you. If you do want a dream interpretation, or even a candle reading, or candle wax reading as well, you're welcome to email me at dreams DREAMZ tarot 369@gmail.com. I do respond pretty quickly. My fee is only $10 for that. I'm also thinking about pulling an oracle card as well. So if you get a dream interpretation or even a candle reading, I will pull also some cards to give you some kind of confirmation, or give you some kind of spirit message to you in regards to whatever the situation I see on the candle or I get from the dream. So it's, you know, it's really up to you guys. I'm just here to help. So it's nice meeting you guys. I'll see you next time on my next video. Bye.